Hey y'all, it's February, but more importantly, it's Black History Month. So happy Black History Month to all my fellow. So y'all, I am getting ready to go to an event. And when I tell y'all I have maybe 15 minutes left to get ready and it feels like everything is going wrong, these are the times that I don't so much love being a girl. Like, if I was a man, I could just walk up out of here and everything would be straight. When you're a woman, that's not the case. There's so many factors to getting ready, and you could never be prepared if they're gonna go wrong. Okay, y'all, we're making some progress. I flipped the bang to the other side. That's looking much better. And now we're gonna take this out. I'm not even gonna... That's that. That's that. Because I still have another piece of content I want to film. Okay, this looks severely better. Now we're gonna brush this side out. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad for me not setting the curl. Okay, y'all, I am back and much better. And like I said, swapped the bang to the other side. I knew I had to have a side part tonight. And I feel like I actually like it better on this side because it balances, since the sleeve is draped over on this side, which is much better. Like, it came out how I needed it to. I need this hair to last one more day. If it can last one more day, it's coming out on Sunday, and that's gonna be okay. I'm gonna feel like I got my money's worth because I loved everything about this style. I also really love this dress. It's from Sundays. I got it on Sundays, I don't know. I got it from Revolve, 2-day shipping. Ordered a hell of a lot of dresses last Friday because that's when I found out that I was going to this event, and I was like, I don't really have anything in my closet that's black tie, so let me get something. And I think it's came out so well. I'm actually pretty happy. This is the first time in a while that I've worn a red lip, and I actually really enjoy a red lip. Like, I'm kind of a red lip girl, so I'm excited that I got to pull it out tonight. Of course, I can't bring my camera to the event, but I will try and get as much footage as I possibly can. And now I know it's time for me to go. It's Saturday morning. It's the day after the auto show. It was so much fun. I have been going to the auto show since I was a kid, so it was kind of cool to experience it in a different way. And all of the activations and like experiences that they had there, I feel like were pretty cool. I am a marketing girly, so anytime I see something that's like really cool when it comes to experience marketing, like, it just scratches an itch. And it was really cool to see. My favorites were definitely BMW and Jeep, with like the whole kind of roller coaster-esque. I'm gonna try and put in a video of our perspective while we were on the little journey. I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like they have different terrains to show the ability for the Jeep to off-road. I have been driving a Jeep since I was 17, 18 years old. My dad has had a Jeep for a while now, so I know not necessarily the pressure, but it is a vehicle for sure, and it's a big vehicle, so it's something to drive. But we don't do off-roading, and it kind of made me feel like I wish I was in an area where we could be a little bit more adventurous. But overall, such a fun thing. BMW with the champagne. I love champagne, so it was perfect already. And yeah, so that was a really cool experience. That was my very first black tie event, and it was just fun to get dressed up, go and do something, and put a little flair on it. Like I said, it's Saturday morning. It's time for me to record some content because I have a surprise. Drum roll, please. Your girl is one of the newest Buji Matcha brand ambassadors, and I could not be more than excited because this is something like, I remember when Ari announced coming out with Buji, and I was on it immediately. I was like, I had to try this. I feel like she launched the brand around the time that I was starting my own matcha experience, so it was really like perfect timing. And I've just been in love with the brand ever since my first sip. Like, it is so freaking good. And let me show y'all actually the 2 tins, because they just came out with the tins not too long ago. And I had bought, before I got the email saying that my application not was approved, but like I was chosen as one of the ambassadors. I had already bought my own tin because I just could not wait. And I showed y'all that in the last video. So y'all have kind of already seen this one. Really cute. And then with the ambassadorship, they sent us matcha and another tin, and I had some leftover stickers, so I decorated this one too. This one has the Buji on top, and this is, I hope y'all can see it, this is how I decorated the second one. Is she not the cutest? Like, I just love something cutesy, fun, girly. So I'm actually about to make a strawberry or chocolate covered strawberry matcha, and I felt like it was perfect with Valentine's Day being next week. This is my sweater for today. I might change my pants later because I do have another restaurant week reservation at Sophia Steak with my family, and I feel like these, it's funny enough, these pants are stripped, which is Ari's other brand. Like, she just knows, she knows what she's doing as a businesswoman. But these are not really giving dinner reservations, so I might change the pants later. After I make this video though, I need to go to Nordstrom's because I told y'all I ordered hella dresses to get ready for that black tie event, so I need to take everything that I didn't choose back. Okay, y'all, I just got done filming that matcha video. When I tell you, me in the filming process have had so many ups and downs. Like, it is so fun to me, but there are always going to be those days, and it feels like it's always the day where I'm ripping and running, or like I absolutely need to get this content done today, where it's like playing games with me. And the craziest part is, let me just run it down. So I get into filming, and every time that I film with this camera, especially since I'm newer to like long form content and filming on this camera for social media, and TikTok specifically, when I do my first clip, I'm going to take the SD card out, put it in my reader, check it, and make sure that the sound is good with the microphone and that everything is looking how I want it to. So when I initially did that, I'm putting it in the SD card reader, I'm putting it in my phone because that's just the quickest way to do it other than doing it on like my iPad or my computer, and the footage is lagging terribly, like lagging. I've never seen this before with this camera, so I'm confused as hell because we ain't never did this before, and this is not the day to be trying nothing new. So I am troubleshooting for like the next 45 minutes, trying to try different SD cards, change the settings on the camera to see if it's something with like the frame rate and the shutter speed. None of that is working. Why do I try it once again on my computer, and I'm like, let me actually copy it into my files like on my computer instead of just looking at it in the SD card reader like folder. Footage was absolutely fine. So there's that. This matcha is actually really good. It's a little sweet. I might change it a little bit tomorrow. I'm gonna have to remake it tomorrow because I didn't get any actual pictures, and I wanted to take some pictures of the actual like concoction before I mixed it up and drank it. But I think I just done had such a morning with things. I was too excited to try the matcha to even stop and take a photo. But it's fine because I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional when it comes to, one, this is footage for a brand, and two, I am trying to kind of do less casual content and more quality cinematic content. And so with that, I kind of want to slow down and take my time with things, and if I have to reshoot or if I have to do 2 days of shooting, like just be more comfortable with that. I've done so much casual content, especially on TikTok up until now, that I'm kind of just like in a go mindset. But I think if I'm going to change up the style and get something that's a little bit more quality, I need to be comfortable with slowing down, which is okay. And I am not going to complain about having to take or make another chocolate covered strawberry matcha because this thing is good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am super duper hungry, and I'm glad that I'm done filming because I was starting to get like kind of lightheaded while I was even doing that. All I done had today is 2 boiled eggs. I think I told y'all that I'm going to Sophia Steak for dinner reservations tonight. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna get. I feel like if I'm going to Sophia Steak though, I should probably get a steak. But let's see what's on the actual restaurant week menu. I'm either gonna get the Sophia style flat iron or the saffron risotto. I know for my first, I'm getting the shrimp scampi. And then for my desserts, I'm probably gonna get the sticky toffee bread pudding. I am not a bread pudding person. I'll say that when I was in Dallas, we went to a place called the Haywire. Y'all, it seems like every time we got to like the end of the day in Dallas, I was just like crashing so bad. But we went to the Haywire. It was my sister girl birthday, and so of course they bought her like a little dessert, and they brought her a bread pudding. That was one of the best bread puddings I have ever had, because I typically don't like bread pudding because it's like soggy bread and it's just like mushy and I'm not really enjoying the texture. That had a little bit of bite to it and I actually really enjoyed it. If I hadn't been so full, I probably would have took it off her hands and ate it, because she not a sweets person, so she didn't really do much with it, but it was actually pretty good. I was kind of skeptical of what the Haywire was gonna be like, but I would probably go back. Y'all, it's editing alley and I'm just coming here to say you gonna see me using this mic. The mic is not here to stay. The mic is going to go away. I'm not even really sure that it was connected to the camera in the first place. So it made its debut and it will be sunsetting after this clip. Say hey, Granny.
Hi. It's nice in here.
How you doing?
You like it?
I said it's nice in here.
Doesn't make sense now. Shit just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, or you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now. I hit you up like, do you wanna hang right now? On the east side, and you know I'm with the gang right now. You say, do I wanna watch? Do I know what time it is right now? Yeah. It's after 2 a.m. and that's asking a lot of you right now.
Be Sunday. I'm coming to y'all very chillax from my bed. Sunday with a side of self-care. I woke up with some blooming pimples around my hairline and my chin, which isn't shocking. I really want to start every time I come back from a trip washing my makeup brushes, because it's just like I do so much makeup when I'm on the trip and then it's just like they've been a little bit everywhere. I need to be better about that in 2026, because like that's just crusty and disgusting and all of that. But I'm sure because I've been putting so much product on my hair too, the hairline is just probably a little congested. I am planning on washing my hair today. I don't know if I want to use mainly Sacred or mainly Amika. I'm honestly thinking maybe a mix of both. The reason I'm hesitant to make Sacred a like staple or like my actual main routine is because it is a protein based product line and I have low porosity hair and I have already experienced the atrocity that is protein overload, and it left my hair fried extra crispy, fried extra hard. I'm telling you, hair didn't want to do a lick of nothing. But yeah, what else is on the plan today? I was actually working in my planner this morning, trying to outline everything else that I need to do. I was finishing up editing my January vlog and actually did like a poll on Instagram to see what thumbnail. And I actually it's like things like that just make sense in my mind because I'm a marketing girl. Like I work in marketing. My degree is in marketing. So I really do enjoy like A/B testing and I don't think there's a problem with it. Like, I don't think that there's any issue with letting your audience in on your creative process. Like, you don't have to give them everything, but it's like if you know that there's an audience that you're working with and you can ask them and pose them questions about what they would most likely click on, like, why not? And I actually got this idea from another creator, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now, but I'm going to find her, and I'm going to put either like a thumbnail clip, like a screenshot of her page, or I'll link it in the description because I feel like she has so many great like creator tips and tricks, which is helpful. What else is on the agenda? I need to do some grocery shopping. I was writing out that list. Need to edit some short form content for TikTok. I feel like I've been consistently creating content for like 9 months now, I want to say. And I've gotten to a point where I be sitting on a lot of quality content. And when I tell y'all, that is the best feeling in the world, like not just like little quick things that I film here and there, although I do see a lot of success and engagement with those things. But it's nice to have like good quality fun content where I'm doing little adventures and things like that. And having like a, not bulk, but a good reservoir of those. So that is what's on the agenda today. Today is actually Super Bowl Sunday. I'm definitely watching the halftime show. Am I gonna know a single word? No, but anytime I hear a Bad Bunny song, I have to bop a little bit because it sound good. Do I know all the words? Absolutely not. 100% no. But I'm always open for a nice little jam. But yeah, I think that's what today is mostly going to be made up of. Get some good food and prepare for another work week. Back home from running errands and we stopped and got some food. Well, not even stopped. We went to Wilma's Barbecue. It's on Wabash, and I got the tips and wing plates, y'all. Oh my god, I've had it before. My mama has it. I'm not even sure what she got. I think she got some tips too, but I felt like tips and wings, like that's the perfect balance. And finna crack me open a cold Coke Zero while I edit and catch up on some shows. Perfect Sunday vibe. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I am coming to y'all because I felt like we just needed a moment to chit chat and like catch up, because I recognized that when I was editing the January vlog, I'm like, I really just dived into this. I was so excited to start vlogging that I didn't really, I guess, give any context to why I started vlogging or where I am starting at when it comes to a new year, 2026, and what I want out of the year. So I was like, why don't we take February to just have a little moment and just lay the ground for where we're at. So that's what we're gonna do. So when it comes to 2026, I thought a lot about what I wanted out of 2026, because I didn't want it to be or too much like repetition or a repeat of any year before. And I think as much as like I'm building on things that I've laid the groundwork for in previous years, I wanted some sense of like refreshed energy, something new, a certain level of spontaneity. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that growing up, I'm 23 now, turning 24 in August, Jesus. But I think that so much of my childhood, especially middle school through high school, was focused on like academic rigorousy and just being focused. And when you understand like the kind of environment of that, and when you are in like an academically rigorous program, the prep that is instilled in you from a very young age to be focused on college. And while I didn't go to an Ivy League, the idea of where I was going to go to school had been in my mind for a very young age, from a very young age. So it's like, as much as, yeah, I didn't go to some prestigious institution, my eyes have been set so far ahead for so long. And I think my brain has just been kind of conditioned to think like that from then. Like, I started taking the ACT when I was like 12 years old, which now sounds crazy and I don't necessarily regret it, but it is just kind of like, oh my gosh, wow. And I do think that when I got to college, I had a little bit more balance, because outside of like the educational aspect, I was meeting with other creatives, really establishing that aspect of my identity that I didn't get to really pursue prior to. I'd always known that I was really good at writing and that it was like my favorite aspect of school, or like what I most looked forward to, but never really considered it in a more serious or I guess extracurricular way. an extracurricular still seems very formal, but even in, I would say, like a passionate way. Like I never saw myself as a writer until I saw myself as a writer, if that makes sense. And I think that college me was probably the most balanced that I had been before. And part of me is craving that energy to a certain extent. And I think that college for me was chaotic at some points, and I think that most people who go to college would echo the same. But I think that there are times in your life where you do want to bring a certain piece of that spontaneity back. Like I remember sophomore year of my college experience, like I was not necessarily doing whatever whenever, but I was going with the flow. That was the most go with the flow I had ever been, and I made some of the best memories that I have ever had. I learned a lot of lessons for sure, but that was such a transformative year for me. And I'm not trying to necessarily replicate that energy, but there are aspects of it that I do see that I want in my life. So as much as I think, yes, I'm still striving for more. Yes, there are obviously goals that I want to hit in 2026. I'm also just a lot more open to experiencing life and seeing what being open to new opportunity brings me, and kind of can refresh my energy in a certain type of way. With that, 2026 is off to a great start. And I think before I get into this next thing, it's important to understand my, I guess, content journey. I started making content in a more serious way because I, like, in the sophomore year, started junior year, thought that I was going to go into the advertising industry, which is crazy to think about now. But I had a mentor at the time who I was just kind of asking him, like, he's a creative director for an agency, and asking him, like, what do I do as a student to set myself apart? And his, like, exact words were, you need to be making content as much as possible. And I think that even when he said content, like, it wasn't necessarily how we think of content in respect to social media. Like, it was more so portfolio work. And that turned into me starting a blog, which is From a Black Girl, which is, I'll say, not necessarily paused, but has been reworked and reframed to live on Substack, which I believe was one of the best decisions that I could have ever made. The community and the love and the support that I have received on Substack in comparison to the amount of effort that went into housing my own blog on my own website with my own money, when there is an amazing platform like Substack that kind of does a lot of the work for you. Best thing I could have ever done. And so all of that kind of lives somewhere else now. But those first posts were really the foundation in, like, laying the groundwork for how I show up in the social media space today. And at the same time, I was on TikTok. Like, I've always kind of been chronically online. And at that point, it was very unserious. Like, I used to make get ready with me's and, like, day in the life. I don't even feel like at the point I was really thinking I was going to be an influencer or a content creator. I was just doing it because I thought it was fun. And it was very unserious, but it was just like, this is a way to document my life. I might as well do it. The app is here. What the hell? So that was kind of that. Graduated college, kept up with all the blogging stuff, and that led to a lot of opportunities on campus for me to connect with like-minded women, girls my age, ones younger than me. And really my first stab at creating community. And when I tell y'all, those events that I used to host on campus, like, that time period in my life holds such a special piece of my heart. One, because I never saw it coming. Like, you could not have prepared me for that type of platform and that type of connection. And I think, what is the word I'm thinking of? Ability to connect with other creatives, but also just other people that wanted more out of life. Like, I think back on that period all the time and just be like, I was so blessed and fortunate to have that experience. But coming out of college, things, I don't want to say halted, but I got to a point where I was very frustrated with the fact that I feel like I had plateaued with blogging. I wasn't seeing any growth. I was running myself ragged, making Instagram posts every single day. And I'm not saying like just like quick little 10-second videos. I'm talking about things that I was pouring hours and hours and hours into. Thankfully, I had a break between graduating and starting my full-time job. So it's not necessarily like I wasted any time. I was pretty much reading books and creating content all day long when I wasn't traveling. So it's not like I was just in the depths of struggle. That's good. If you ain't had no peppermint tea, get on the wave. But after that, that was when I kept chugging along with Instagram, because in my mind for the longest time, if I could not make Instagram work, I was not going to make it as a content creator. Like, there just was no hope for me, because I was the kind of in the mindset that like, if I could not conquer what in my mind, and what I think for a lot of other creators seems like the most difficult platform to grow on, then I would not, like, my any other amount of success was invalid. And I want to say it was like time went on, started posting on TikTok for real, what year was that? 2025? Yeah, April of 2025. So less than a year ago. And I remember I made my first post back that was like for real, and it was like 12 lessons as a girl in my 20s or something like that. And it was the first piece of content that I ever posted that had any type of traction. And I was like, okay, like maybe this advice content on TikTok specifically is more my lane. And so I kept chugging along with that, posted almost I want to say I posted every single day for a solid 9 months. I have just now, maybe December, started where I wasn't posting every single day. I still am posting once a day, which I don't know. I'm brainstorming and contemplating what I want my posting schedule to look like in the future in terms of that, especially now that I brought on YouTube and reframing what my personal style as a visual creator looks like. And like what time is gonna take to put into that. But all of that to say, it has been a lengthy journey. I have been doing this for around 3 years, and in January I got the email that I got my first ambassadorship with Buji Matcha, which I am so happy about. Matcha was something that I kind of stumbled upon. I definitely hopped on the bandwagon when it started trending, but ended up loving it. And funny enough, it was like my first matcha that I ever tried was from Starbucks. It had cold foam, caramel drizzle, sweet as hell. And I was like, yeah, I like this. I liked it because it was sweet. But I kept drinking matcha and realized that I actually did like matcha once I started to explore a little bit more. I think I mentioned that in my last vlog too. But it is still funny to me that like that was my introduction. But it still led to this amazing, wonderful opportunity. And I think the brand is such one founded by somebody who's so genuine. I feel like Ari is a great example of a businesswoman, especially like in our modern day and age when there are so many new brands popping up, and somebody you can tell is invested in her craft, invested in her audience, and invested most importantly in the product and the brand. So I'm excited to see not only where this partnership takes me, but excited to see how the brand evolves. And just like being from a marketing background, brands, and I think especially startups and brands that are doing really cool things with marketing and promoting themselves excite me in general. So it's a really cool experience to be a part of, and it feels like, I will say, across this journey, every time that I have needed a pick me up or a reminder of why I'm doing it, like on those days where I'm just like, is this working? Like, is this worth my time? Have I wasted so many years of my life, or not so many, but have I wasted years of my life pouring into something that's not going to be fruitful? It seems like every time I even start to question that, God places a reminder on my path that like, no, this is what you're going to be doing. If it's not a message from a friend, if it's not an opportunity, if it's not a comment on something that I posted, like, it has been very clear to me that he hears. and that we are on, I mean, the journey of life together, but that this is something that feels very aligned with my purpose and what I'm meant to do. So that is kind of like a peek into where I am as a content creator now, and kind of a milestone, I would say, in this whole journey. Now next, okay, we talked about what I want out of 2026, talked about Buji Matcha. I kind of felt bad when I was doing my outro last time, because I'm like, damn, I did not take them to Dallas with me, and I have yet to have a bad time in Dallas. My best friend lives in Dallas, so inevitably I'm happy to visit her anytime that we are there. And especially, I think when you have been kind of tied at the hip with somebody for so long. We met when we were 11. We went to high school together. We were roommates in college, so we lived together for 4 years, from a shoebox sized dorm to a townhouse, and then being separated by multiple states was definitely like, oh, this is different. So anytime I can get to Dallas, I'm gonna go there. But it was a fun time, great food as always. I really didn't take the camera because I'm like, this vlogging thing is already new. My suitcase is the heaviest that it has ever been. I have never taken a suitcase that was 49 pounds to the airport. And I think it was just like, I don't typically do a lot of traveling in the winter, and so that was just kind of different in itself. And so I was like, I'm gonna leave the camera at home, and the next time that I travel, I'm gonna bring the camera with me. I'll figure out a way to do it, but this time I'm just not gonna stress myself out too much. The next trip, ironically, that I'm going on is to Dallas in March, so y'all will get a glimpse of the kind of scenery and environment there, and I'll take y'all along for that ride then. But yeah, that's that. And something I wanted to bring up is, I think especially for my generation, like, I feel like for older generations, like, the spring break location was Miami. Like, everybody was going to Miami. For us, I feel like it's Houston, and baby, I have had more than enough good times in Houston to tell you, to suggest to you to go. And everybody else and their mama will tell you go to Houston because it's a good time. It's good food, once again. But I wonder if I had known how fun and amazing Dallas is when I was in college, like, would I have spent that much time trying to go to Houston? And part of me thinks yes, because even right now, knowing that, I still want to go back to Houston. Like, I'm always craving a trip to Houston because it's just, I don't know, it's always a fun and good time. Like, it's the perfect girls trip location. I think New Orleans is especially good girls trip location. I was actually telling somebody today though that I am like working on my friends to, baby, we done explored the 50 states a decent amount. It's at least time for us to get to some islands. So we'll see what that kind of brings for my traveling. I think especially in 2027. So I'm kind of excited today, and it feels a little bit growner. Like, our girls trips are going to get another level of elevation. But yeah, I think that's all that I can really think of to update y'all on. February, honestly, is a month that I'm kind of trying to take, kind of chill, because March is already booked and busy. So I'm gonna just try and ride out February as much as I can. Today is Tuesday. Valentine's Day is on Saturday. I have no plans, which is not off track for me. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person that kind of takes it just like how the day goes. I don't know why, for the life of me, I cannot remember last Valentine's Day. The last Valentine's that I really remember was my senior year of college, and I remember that being such a good day. I actually got my first plant baby. She's downstairs right now though, and her birthday is technically on Saturday. But that's really the last Valentine's Day that I remember. But I am somebody who loves the holiday so much. Like, even being single, and being single for a decent amount of time, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I've never hated the holiday. Like, even when complex feelings about the season come up, the day itself has always been so joyful for me. So I am excited about this weekend. I started a new book series this week, which is perfect, that I'll get to ride out into this weekend. So I'm feeling good, and that's where I'm at, and I will see y'all when I see y'all.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing. No such thing. Heart beating fast, let a nigga know that he alive. Fake niggas mad, snakes in the grass, let a nigga know that he arrived. Don't be sleeping on your level, cause it's beauty in the struggle, nigga. It's beauty in the struggle, nigga. Yeah. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress. I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less compared to some of my niggas down the block.
I just got to Aritzia. We've got a nice size of things to try on. I originally came in to try on workout clothes, but they do have a few, like, I feel like good summer things that I would like. And especially, like, I'm really tired of buying clothes every time I go on a trip, and I feel like something like this, I also got it in blue to try on. Like, I feel like those would be like good brunch items, and I love like a V-cut and something with like these short sleeves, and it's just like super girly. And then I saw this, it's pink, and I don't know if you can see, but it says 16 on it, and my birthday is August 16th. And found some capris. The rest of this is just workout stuff in their newest blue collection, and some pink stuff and a few like black and white pieces. So let's start trying things on. Hopefully y'all can hear me because it's kind of loud in here. It is. Yeah. I'm back home from the mall and ready to show y'all everything that I got from Aritzia. I was at Pilates this morning, just like looking at my outfit and thinking like I need to refresh these workout clothes. The last time that I really did a big haul of workout clothes was like last January, so I feel like this is kind of my like season, first couple months of the year, couple weeks of the year, get some new workout clothes and kind of like remotivate myself. I just signed up for Hot Works this past week. I actually had a little goodie bag she gave us. But yeah, I am somebody who, as much as like working out is important, I think the whole entire like holistic look at health and wellness is important to me. And so I think that Hot Works is a good opportunity to kind of look at stuff like mental clarity, inflammation. Like, I love when my body does not feel inflamed, it's just uncomfortable. That's when I just feel yucky. Like, after I've been drinking a lot, after I've been eating a lot of salty food, stuff like that. So I did join Hot Works. And we'll see how, obviously not on the weeks that this bob is pressed will I be going. But I feel like I want to make it at least once a week. Hopefully, yeah, I feel like at the very least once a week right now. This is the little Hot Works mat. And then this is the towel I picked out. I haven't even unwrapped it. But I'm excited to get into some new form of movement. And oh, I think we have a Hot Works t-shirt too. And it says Hot Works Chicago on it. So that's that. But because I'm just a girl, of course I had to get some new clothes to kind of fit that. And it's 60 degrees in Chicago right now. It's February 15th, which is completely abnormal, but still kind of a reminder that it is eventually going to get warm outside. So we need to kind of just, I wanted to get some biker shorts and stuff like that. So let's get into it. If y'all were wondering, the Chobani protein drinks are really good. So first things first, I got the Golden Soft Sets grip socks. I've been losing some of my grip socks, so it was already time. And this pack was $35. It comes with It's a pack of 3. Yeah, it's a 3-pack. Which honestly, when you be looking at the prices of socks, felt like a pretty good deal. And I think the like ones I be getting off of Amazon, I feel like they might be 2 a pack for like $16 or something like that. But let's get into the actual clothes. They start putting like this ladybug sticker on there. They had a ladybug keychain, but it was like $48, and I was like, yeah, absolutely not. Y'all get me on a lot of things, y'all not getting me on that. But it's funny, one of my like the girls that goes to my Pilates studio, she works at the Aritzia I be going to, and I seen her, which was kind of cool. And the girls are always in there, like they always show me a good time. But personally, my favorite Aritzia to go to is the one on Oak Street downtown. So anyway, with all that being said, here are the clothes. So first got one of the new dark blue zip ups. This is like the cropped zip up, and to match that, I got the 7-inch biker shorts. This I really did buy with Hot Works in mind, something that like I can walk in there with, like, you know, some long sleeves on, but I can kind of strip down once I start to get hot, especially because I really want to try one of the elliptical classes and the rowing classes. Then when I was about to go in the fitting room, I saw these. I think these are the home stretch line. Let me double check. Yeah, home stretch. I think this might be my first purchase from the home stretch line. I'm not sure, but these cute little just like gray capris. I'm a capri girl, and I feel like these are like some cute casual capris. I will work out in these, but I feel like this would just be like a nice little loungewear moment too. And then I got one of the sports bras. I'm not sure the exact name of this. It just says Heather Chrome on the back. Yeah, I'm not sure the name, but this is more supportive than the other sports bras that I have from them, so I did want to pick that up. And I think that this, like these two, I could mix and match really with any of the zip ups that I have from Aritzia. And then the last thing I got is the Life Relay zip up in this light blue color. I have the Life Relay zip up in pink, and I showed y'all that in January. So when I seen that they had it in another color, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna have to. And this material is so nice and thick, and just like the perfect amount of structure that like I feel like, honestly, going into like if you want to get a matching set or just like your first piece from Aritzia, I feel like this might be a really good option. I don't care about telling y'all how much I've spent, so all of this together was $381. But yeah, that's what I got. And I don't know, I'll find a way to wear some of this tomorrow. Like, I'm not one of the people who like to wait and wear their clothes. Like, as soon as I buy it, I want to put it on. But that's that. Just started some laundry. It's Sunday reset time, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a batch of my kale salad for my lunches. I need to make another batch of my carrot ginger orange wellness shots, and we got some Sumo oranges that my mama got from Costco, so that'll probably be a good addition. Throw some apples in there. I honestly have everything to make like my favorite version of this shot. I'll show y'all when I start making it, or I guess I'll just take y'all along as I'm doing it. I am going to start the show Industry today too. I've been listening to the Cam Newton and Poor Minds podcast. Child, I came for Poor Minds. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, I do want to start Industry. I do want to have some time to get into. I'm like halfway through the last book in its own Us series. So that'll be like, you know, when I get cozy in the bed and start rubbing my feet together. But that's really all that's left on the docket for today. And then it's time for another work week. Juicing time. So let me show y'all all the ingredients for my weekly ginger wellness shot. This is something I started to do not only for my immune system, but also my skin too. Like, when I am regularly taking this and also drinking lots of water, my skin is absolutely flawless, and I've been slacking the last couple of weeks, so this was definitely a priority for me to re-up. Now, the juicer that I use is the Ninja. It works pretty well. I've had it for like the past 2 years. I haven't had a single issue with it. I think that the only downside about any juicer, I mean, I haven't used a lot of juicers, but the only downside is like you do really have to get in there and clean. to make sure that the filter and all of that is okay and good to go. But let me show y'all all of the ingredients in here. So first off, we have some carrots. These are, you know, just raw carrots. Honey crisp apple. It doesn't need to be honey crisp specifically, but that's just my favorite type of apple. We've got some orange. Like I said, this is the Sumo orange. Then I've got some ginger root. And then I'm gonna put very few pineapples in here, like maybe 3 pieces, because I don't want it to just be too sugary. These are pineapples from Whole Foods. Whole Foods has the best, I mean the best cut up pineapples out of everybody. And this is coming from somebody who has loved pineapples since she was like 4 years old. Like, I love me a pineapple down. If somebody wouldn't stop me, I could eat this whole thing in one sitting. Like, I love me a pineapple. And then once the juice is finished up, I'll actually go in with some turmeric and black pepper. If you're making turmeric shots, you need to add black pepper, because black pepper is what allows your body to actually absorb the benefits of turmeric. So remember that. And this is why you gotta research a lot of wellness things, because there's so many things that we hear on the internet, and like, oh, we just go ahead and take it upon ourselves to do, and we don't know the full context or all the steps that we need to really make it the best for our bodies. So with that, let's get this done. I've been like gradually upping the ginger in here. To me, while I don't want this to just be disgusting, let me show y'all how much of this I actually take on a daily basis. This is the old one. Honestly, I might take this now. Like, this is all that I'm drinking, and I wash it back with water. Like, it's not enough. Like, it's not like something I'm sipping on. So if it's not just delicious, I'm honestly not too worried about it, because it's good for me. So let's take one. I usually like to take these like first thing in the morning, but let's just go ahead and take one now since we here. Ooh, that was tangy, but it wasn't terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna cut all this up, get to juicing, and we'll see how many of the like little shots we actually get. I'm coming to y'all quicker than quick because this battery is surely finna give out on me. I'm just coming to show y'all this. Whole Foods does family meal plan, so you get 4 pieces of a protein, chicken, salmon, stuff like that. 2 sides. I got pasta salad and Brussels sprouts for my meal plan girls, for my gym girls, for the girls on the go and you got a busy week and you don't feel like cooking like me this week. This for you, $38 for this whole pan. I'm just the messenger. Do with that information what you will. Happy Sunday, y'all. I have not come and talked to y'all all weekend, really, because this has been a super chill weekend. Yesterday, I really just ran errands. Today, I really just ran errands. It was a restock week. And child, when restock week, like February and March are such expensive months for me. I don't know. Every month, honestly, feels like an expensive month. Today is February 22nd. But I am going back out of town in March. And I kind of like, before I do that, like I like to make sure that everything I need in general is taken care of. I just recorded a video of me doing like a haul of all my restock items, but I want to show y'all too. I went to Ulta and Sephora, but I just put everything in this bag so it was easier. starting off, Naturium body washes. Like, this first one is the ceramide one, which for the winter time, if you have itchy, dry skin, you need that. Now, I feel like one that everybody pretty much knows about, or at least knows about their Glow Getter multi-oil line. Like, every product that I've tried in this line is really good. I don't know why every time I go to Ulta, I forget to get me another body butter, but I need to order one of the glycolic body washes online, so maybe I'll do that when I do that, because they didn't have it at Ulta. But y'all know her, tried and true, excellent. I switch between this and the L'Occitane, just so like I'm not running out of both at the same time. Does that make sense? I don't know. But got those. Other product from Naturium, I don't know where my vitamin C serum is. Wait one second. Vitamin C complex serum. This has probably been one of my favorite vitamin C products that I've tried with them. Now, I will say, like, I don't know how I'm about to explain this is going to make sense, but I feel like this is something that's going to boost an already good routine. Like, I feel like vitamin C in general doesn't work that well, or its effects are not as visible if everything else in your routine is not good. Like, I feel like when I'm hydrated, this really shines and does and works to its ability. I hope that makes sense. Now, everything else in here is from Sephora, y'all. This is so funny to me, but I got my granny hooked. I literally was with her and I forgot to get it stuff, but I got my granny hooked on the Ordinary hyaluronic acid. And she really likes that, and like now she can't go without it. And even when I bought it today, she was like, they didn't have a bigger size. Sorry, girl. You and everybody else love that serum. So everything else in here, this is from Rhode. This is their pineapple refresh wash. This was something that I bought for the first time when Rhode first got to Sephora, and I was just like, I want to try something from Rhode. This wasn't even a product from Rhode that I saw being talked about a lot, but I love pineapple anything, so I was like, let me get this a shot, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And face wash are not something I feel like runs out quickly for me, but yeah, I feel like this is well priced for what it is. Now, what that price is, I can't even remember. Next, Josie Maran body scrub. This is in vanilla vibes. The reason I got this in vanilla vibes is because they didn't have unscented, and to me their vanilla is the closest thing to unscented, so I got that. My jar is actually at my daddy's house, so I need to get that before I can actually refill my jar up. I was actually looking in between this and the Youth to the People BHA AHA scrub, but I was sitting there like, I'm stressed, let me just pick what I know, and maybe next time like I go on Sephora or something, or next time I'm just doing like a haul of me trying new things, I'll try that one. And then last but not least, we got a new product. This is the Innisfree green tea ceramide milk. As you can tell, I'm really into ceramides. Like, I feel like ceramides are perfect for the winter. It really boosts the radiance and health of your skin when it's cold outside. And I need something like this because when I use my Cairo Glow mask from Shark, one thing is you use it after you wash your face. So obviously after that, like, the water has dried down, some of that moisture is lost a little bit. And before I go in with hyaluronic acid, I need to bring some hydration back before I put that on. Like, that's kind of the whole thing about hyaluronic acid and how it works. So I'm trying this out. If I don't like this, I'll go back to the Laneige the cream skin, which is what the toner I have been using for multiple winters at a time. This is her. She's cute. I love Innisfree. I've been using Innisfree sunscreen for honestly since I've been using sunscreen on my face. Like, I can't even really remember any other sunscreen that I've tried because that works so well. Like, I've heard so many other bad things and bad experiences of people trying other sunscreens that I just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to what I know because it works really, really good. Doesn't leave a white cast. It's super moisturizing. Now, before, I feel like they did reformula a little bit, and I do like the new formula a little bit better, because before it kind of felt like, what is it called when products is it occlusive, where it's kind of like, I don't know, it creates like a heat sensation. like it gets warm on your skin. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, but I've had this with several products, and that would happen with the Innisfree, and it wouldn't last long, and not like a chemical reaction type of thing, just like it's almost locking the heat on your skin. I don't know if y'all are gonna know what I'm talking about, or if I sound crazy, but that would happen. That doesn't happen anymore, which was like a very minor thing. Like I feel like it's still the same effectiveness, but yeah, that. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna film some content, like a restock for Instagram, y'all. I'm really trying to be consistent with Instagram. It's very hard. I will lose motivation to be consistent on Instagram so very quickly, and not necessarily because of like, I don't want to say anything in particular. I think it's the fact that like so many of us, including me, like other viewers, me, don't be seeing the content of the people that they follow. So sometimes it just feels like, I don't want to say pointless, but it just seems like, how in the world is a creator supposed to find success on this app? And it makes me think like, do most people organically grow their Instagram platform, or are they growing other platforms and that audience kind of migrates to Instagram, if that makes sense? But I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying. Most of the stuff I post on Instagram anyway is like repurposed from content, or repurposed from TikTok, so it's not like that I make that much new content. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Probably edit a little bit, watch Cross. Me and my mom are watching Cross. It is not nearly as good as it was last season. Neither is Hijack, which is on Apple TV with Idris Elba. Like neither one of them are as good as the first season was. And people have been saying that like maybe Cross is maybe it's some more of them writers in the writers' rooms than us, which I could definitely see. Which is just like, it feels like every time we get something that feels authentic to us, something got to be messed with to where it just don't feel right. But that's that. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, and yeah. Oh wait, one more thing. I went to Loft with my mama yesterday because she's about to go to London this week, and she was getting like some last minute outfits for that, and I found these pants and they are so cute, and I am obsessed with stripes and polka dots right now. I've also loved Lou and Gray, like the Loft's loungewear line, for so long because it's just so comfortable. Are these not the cutest? Like look at that pattern. It's so cute, and these are so soft. Like they're soft with still having structure, if that makes sense. And I'm kind of like, these are a pair of pants that are comfy, but I kind of want to dress up in a way, or just like, this is pants that I could wear for like a cute coffee day, cute content day. I'm excited to see what I can do with these, because like, y'all know I'm really trying to, I feel like my style is so basic, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I am trying to just add my own flair to things now that I'm in my grown woman era. And sometimes it just feels so hard. I think one, with fast fashion, social media, and also just like me not taking the time to explore what I really like. But these were something I really drawn to, and I've been trying to, my mom bought these admittedly, but I've been trying to do more of like really big hauls, and more of just like, oh, when I see something I really like, buying it, especially if it's on sale. But that's when it gets hard, is like when stores are having a really big sale, you feel almost like I should get a whole bunch right now. But I don't know, I've been thinking about my outfits for Dallas next month. Yes, I'm going back to Dallas next month, and I've been like, I honestly think that what's in my closet right now, I can make something shake without even having to order new clothes, which I love new clothes, but it would be nice if I ain't got to go through that process.
Rock with me now.
Good morning, y'all. It's March 1st, which is so hard to believe, but that does mean that this vlog has come to a close. And that's a wrap on February. That's a wrap on Black History Month, although every day is a good day to celebrate Black history. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you next time.